So one of the other ways that we can have work creatively with our subject is to think about colors that we could add to the lighting, right? And so you might see up here, over right here, I've got a little something in front of my flash. And so let's take a look at some other colors. You can get color kits like this by Roscoe, or there are other lighting companies that are color gels that you can use to color lights, and you put these in front of the lights and they help change your color. So this offers you a lot of flexibility. And so what I've done is I've just taken this kind of orange filter and I placed it just in front of my light. I just used a little bit of blue painter's tape, nothing fancy here, but I'm just making sure that I'm covering my light source. So these are larger, so you could even use a bigger light source, put them in front of a strobe, like I've got a strobe over there if I want. But this is all I need. And now what we can do is take a look at how this is going to affect the way the image looks.
Kind of go back to my setting where I'm just really getting exposure from my color light source, and we'll see how that works. Yeah, so really powerful color there. And now let's think about balancing that light and just adding it as a kind of side light. Maybe we can even change it so it's more of a kind of this little thing we're doing in the back here. Give it a little rim light, just to give a little highlight. To do that, I'm going to turn this down again, so it's not too strong. Take this back up, and I will increase the tide. I'm going to try it at 8 for a second. Still a little dark. So this is all kind of like balancing my exposure. So there's a great example where you can see the picture where we kind of get this balance of exposure. This is we made actual fill light as this diffuse light on the right, and then I have this coming in, giving it rim light or side light, sketching on the side of the face.
Okay, so I now have another color gel set up, but this time with a still life. So I'm going to be photographing just this globe, and just so you can see what it looks like just with this kind of diffused light from the right side here. Get a sense what that looks like. And now we're going to work again with this flash, and I just put the color gel in front of the flash. Pretty simple. But it's going to also be diffused because I'm flashing it not directly at the globe, but instead I'm going to diffuse it into this just a big flexible reflector. So let's check that out and see what that looks like.
I'm going to start out maybe at a 60th of a second and f7.1, and make sure my everything's set up, and then just do a pretty straightforward photograph. So you can see that it really looks different, and it gives you a whole different kind of perspective or feel to this image. Again, since I've just, in this case, since my exposure is primarily from light here, I can feel free to move around and compose. I could be on my tripod as well. I still have to be a little careful, but since all my light is coming just from that exposure, from the flash, it's a very short duration. So even though I'm shooting at a 60th, I could probably shoot at a 125th. And it would be the same because the light is coming out in a very quick, short burst. Try one more.
So in this next setup, we're going to utilize something called a snoot. And what a snoot does is, you can see, is it constrains the way the image, the light comes out, constricts it, right? So it's a much narrower opening. We're going to probably even try to push that a bit further, by either putting a grid over it or something like that. I just want to illustrate this visually. So you see what the snoot's doing. You take that off. Of course, now there's no color at all to the light, so it's really wide. And then this is a kind of a typical reflector that's very wide, but it's not just kind of a typical thing that you would find. So you can get a sense of how that looks. Obviously, the snoot is much more narrow. Okay, so for this last setup, we're going to use the snoot, and we're also going to use a colored gel. And I kind of have a funky contraption over here, but I've placed this time, instead of using the regular camera flash, the little mobile camera flash, which has now been positioned over there. You can kind of see it. What we've done is I've actually changed over to a studio style strobe. You could do this with either one, frankly. And what I've actually done is I've taken just some aluminum foil and I've taken some tape, and I've taped an aluminum foil onto the end of this to further reduce down the light and try to focus it. And then off of that, very precariously, but I have a light, I have the red gel placed over top, so all the light coming out, which is very, very diminished, is red. And then you can kind of see here how that looks on the face of the mannequin. We can call her Slash, I suppose. But let's see how this looks when we actually shoot with it. Okay, so I've got my camera, and I have a radio trigger that works with that. So take some pictures. Pretty different, right? And notice that it's a little wider than you can see with just the modeling light, which is always interesting. So you can just further modify this edge down. Like I said, it's kind of precarious, so it can be a little difficult. So because this is, this is sort of a thing going on here with how these optics are working, I can choose to come in and kind of play with this. Even a heavy duty foil, which I don't have here, would be really good. We need a little bit more dexterity, a little bit more control. And I can still use this modeling light as a starting point, and that's really helpful. Yeah, so the possibilities are really infinite, and I encourage you to test out, see what you can do. That's all I've got for your creativity with working with lighting and portraits. I hope that's helpful today, and we'll see you soon.